All right, look, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about gains. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. In this video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about Altseason and get into the specificalities of Altseason. Now, we've talked about Altseason in other videos. I talked about different coins, but I want to get a little bit more specific with this video so you can understand, so you don't miss the boat, so to speak, or sink with the wrong boat, because there's two boats that are in the harbor right now. They're both set to sail. They're both going to sail. One's going to sink. One's going to get to its destination. You want to be on the one that will get to its destination. So again, just to make things clear, I'm not going to edit this video. It's going to be a one take. In this time of AI, retention editing, this, that, I really think it takes away from the focus, and I want to talk to you more like a human being. I just want to sit here with you and have a discussion so you can get the best value possible. And if you like that, if you appreciate that, I would appreciate you hitting the like button. It looks like this. It's below the video. It's like a thumbs up, and you kind of press it, you kind of click it, and it really helps this channel out a lot. So let's talk a little bit about Altseason, but before we do that, understand that in 2023, 2024, I was talking about mini Altseasons. As a matter of fact, I coined the term mini Altseason. I haven't really heard anybody else talk about that or call that. I was talking about mini Altseasons, and we got most of them right, and we had some great picks. And as time goes by and we're getting towards the end of the cycle, or potential end of the cycle, I am seeing some outliers, and I do think this time it's going to be a bit different. And I do believe we're going to have an alt season, just not the way a lot of people are expecting we're going to have an alt season. So we're going to be talking about that. And of course, please, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Read the disclaimer in the description down below. There's a disclaimer there. Please read it. Please do your own research. And yeah, that way, you know, everything is transparent and we're all happy. You're happy. I'm happy. Everyone's happy. Seriously, just read the disclaimer, okay? It's a button. It's under the video. Anyway, so let's talk about it. So a lot of people are expecting, you got basically two camps. You got people that are expecting Altseason and they're swearing by it, and then you got people that are not expecting Altseason, that think we're not gonna get an Altseason this year or this time round or this cycle. And the truth is usually in between. Just like when we were calling the tops and bottoms, we actually called the bottom the sweet spot, the wrecking point, if you will, that gets everyone wrecked, pros and amateurs. If that makes sense, that's what we're going to try and do with Altseason right now. We're going to find the wreckage point where most people get wrecked because they're in the wrong alts. It's going to be there. We're going to have Altseason, but it's going to be a bit different, okay? And in order to do that, we have to think a little bit about what's going on here, because everyone's complaining there's no alt season, or that alt seasons or that alts have not outperformed Bitcoin. But the truth is, some have. It's just that you're in the wrong coins. And when we made our portfolio, most of our picks in alt seasons have outperformed Bitcoin, and the rest did pretty well in dollar terms. But the thing is how is this going to shift? And that's what I want to talk to you about. First of all, let's have a look at Altseasons let's have a look at alts real quick, and let's just use crypto bubbles here because it's a lot easier. And look, Bitcoin right now is what, 104,300. The factor line is gold over here. I'm not going to talk about the factor line in this video, by the way, but the factor line is gold, and we are in uptrend. As long as this is gold, we are staying in, expecting more upside, okay? So let's go to the altcoins real quick, and you'll see on the daily, and some are green over here, some on the weekly are mostly red. And let's just go to the monthly where you see more green. So looking at the monthly, we're seeing virtuals, Bitcoin, Cow, Ethereum, all of this sticking out. But the trick here, and this is just our favorites, of course we have other positions as well, and they're not really my favorites, it's just that I named it that, and that's what it's stuck to over the years making this video. But you can see a lot of them doing very well on the monthly. But what you want to do, let's turn this USD, this US dollar right here, let's dominate it in Bitcoin. This is comparing to Bitcoin, and there's a slight different picture here. you'll see that the green ones on the monthly are a bit different, or you can at least see which ones are also outperforming Bitcoin on the monthly. So you see Hype here, you see Cookie, you see Order, you see AI Tech, BNB, and if we go to our other folder over here, you see Cal, Pixel, and Ethereum, and Virtuals. These are pretty much the ones we are mostly in. We're also in Sui and so on. So does that mean we just dump every other coin and just get into these ones? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that these coins, just scratching my leg here, we got mosquitoes in Greece. I'm just saying that these ones have outperformed on the monthly when it comes to Bitcoin, when you pair these specific altcoins to Bitcoin. So we're seeing relative strength there. Now, here's the theory, or here's the thesis behind this, and here's how you can choose the red coins that are sort of before they turn green. And it's going to be a bit hard, but if you pay attention, I think I got you, okay? Look at this. Let me give you an example, and then you'll understand. So, for example, Virtual is green. Yes, it's a 1.5%, but I do believe this is going to go a lot higher, and it's going to outperform at least for a while. Because don't forget that every time that Bitcoin is outperforming all the altcoins, and Bitcoin just shoots up, at some point there it kind of stalls, and then altcoins also go up. It's just that this time there's so many more altcoins out there. There's so many scams, but there's also like, I don't know, over 50 million altcoins out there, maybe even more, 60, 70 million, and there's going to be more by the time you watch this video, because everyone and their mother is releasing altcoins, layer 2s and so on, especially meme coins. So what you want to do is, we want to see, let me show you what I mean here. So we were talking about Virtual's protocol, right? And I think Virtual's protocol falls in a great narrative, okay? Because on Base, which is a narrative on its own, it's a base chain by Coinbase, it's a relatively new chain, and I do believe it's going to do well. It's got the American-made narrative, it's got the, American-made narrative, it's got the Base, it's a new chain by Coinbase, Coinbase going to be pushing it and so on, so I do think it's going to do very well. Going to do very well indeed. And Virtuals is kind of like the AI agent play on Base. It's the blue chip AI agent, not AI agent play. And AI agents are also a narrative within a narrative, so you're trend stacking narratives, okay? And that's why we're looking at Virtuals here. Now, Virtuals only outperformed Bitcoin 1.4% on the monthly, but if you go to the yearly here, look at this, 1,361%. So Virtuals is one to look at. Now people might say, okay, it's topping out here. I don't think so. It might come a little bit lower, turn around and keep on going up in my opinion, and at least come and meet Bitcoin all-time high over here, or you know, it might meet its all-time high over here, but it doesn't have to. It can just come up to like halfway here, or even here, and it'll be very good profits compared to Bitcoin. Then you can turn those profits into Bitcoin if that makes sense. So we have Virtuals here, and you can see now on the yearly, it's an even different picture. Sui and Virtuals are the only ones standing out here. And then you have, let's say, other positions, just Cookie, pretty much, right? Everything else is, you'd be better off just holding Bitcoin. Of course, there's parts of the year that altcoins outperformed, so it's not just, we have to deep dive a lot deeper. But don't worry about it. I'm gonna actually save you the time. It's not gonna be a 2-hour video here. I'm gonna save you the time and tell you which ones to look at, so we don't have to go deeply undercover or deeply into the technicals here. So bear with me. So going back here, let's just go back to our favorites, to Virtuals here. And Virtuals is likely going to continue moving up. Now, Virtuals has gone up a lot. If you go to CoinMarketCap, people will tell you, oh, but it's run so much and it's gone up so much. Why would you get into that one? Why don't you get into another one? Because you want to fly with your winners and not crawl with your losers, okay? If you want to learn how to invest, a lot of people just keep on buying the losing ones because they're going down, because they haven't pumped yet, but the winners keep on pumping up, or at least most of them. So, and they don't believe they could do more, and they do. And they take market share. And that's when market cap flies out the window, right? So you want to pay attention to this. What I'm going to tell you right now is very important. So here we are at Virtuals. So if we say that Virtuals is going to do well because it's already outperforming a Bitcoin, it's an AI play, AI agent play, on Base chain, American made, blah, 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 all of that good stuff, what else could do well here? And one of the reasons that Virtuals is doing well is because it actually reloaded and did like a second run. It actually made a bonus system to stop scammers and stop snipers when it comes to its Genesis models. You have to get points. And to get these points, you either hold virtuals, you get points automatically, trade on the virtuals platform, which you get points automatically, or you hold Vader. And my question is, Vader, why Vader? Why not other coins? So that kind of got me, wait a minute, so if virtuals is our blue chip, so to speak, on AI plays, would Vader not be our good high-risk sort of moonshot? Because you want to hold some of them as well. So if we go see Vader, if we go to our favorites, go back to the monthly, and just go to our other positions, I think Vader should be somewhere in here. By the way, I got out of AXPT. Let's just put that into watch list, because I got more hyper. But Vader should be somewhere around here. Let's see. Or did it not exist a month ago? No, it should be here. It's in our other position, so I don't see it here. Ah, there it is, down here at the bottom right. Okay, so we have Vader here. It's 7.2% in the red. That's not too bad compared to game, render, and so on. Okay, it's not in the green, but maybe we can actually get in here early, and if Virtuals does well, Vader will probably more than likely do well. If we go to the yearly, it didn't even exist. So Vader is a potential play here. Obviously, Hyperliquid is a potential play, so is Cookie. Or there was a long-term play for us anyway. We'll see how that goes. AI Tech also in the AI space over here. Maybe a position AI would be a good idea. You see BNB doing well. Okay, if BNB is doing well, and AI agents are going to do well, what is the AI agent blue chip, so to speak, on BNB, on that chain? And it is Cookie. And look, it's been doing very well on the monthly. And if we go to the yearly, if we go to the yearly, still doing well, 41%, this can go a lot higher. So this is a way to sort of look at specific coins that are going to run. So what are other coins? Sui. So if Sui does well as a base, as a narrative, and so on, I do believe Sui is going to do a Solana type move. I think it's going to do extremely well. Then its ecosystem may also do well. So we're getting into Sui, and we're getting smaller positions into its ecosystem. And that, for me, would be, let's have a look here, it would probably be Walrus and Deepbook. And yes, you can get into an AI play like such as Colin, right? I mean, that's also an AI agent play on Sui, of course, and the blue chip would maybe be Sui AI, because Sui AI is where it's the virtuals of the Sui network, but then obviously Walrus and Deepbook should be doing well. So let's just see if we can find it here real quick, and maybe we won't find them the yearly because they're pretty new, but we should be able to find them on the monthly. And sorry about that. Here's Deepbook, 23% down, so a discount. Will this be bottom? No. It's a riskier play, but it's a good play if that makes sense. We called Cow. Cow is doing extremely well as well. Again, I think there's no yearly on this, or okay, there is a yearly. It's down on the yearly, but this could do well, right? So there's a few coins here that you have to know when to ignore the red and when not to ignore the red. But you want to make a portfolio of select cryptocurrencies, of select altcoins. And this alt season that's coming, it's going to be a selective alt season. Again, I'm coining the term. Just like I coined the term mini alt season, because I'm the first one that I know of that use it over and over again. I'm saying now we're going to have a selective Altseason. Now, I'm not the only one to talk about this. Other people have talked about this, but no one really named it that, if that makes sense. And I've been talking about this for a while, that we're probably going to have a selective alt season and not a full-blown alt season. So the mini alt season is going to extend into a selective alt season. Now, we might be wrong. Maybe all altcoins start going up like crazy. It's going to be hard, but it is certainly possible. Why is it possible? Well, it's very simple. A lot of people are saying that because there's there's over 50 million coins out there, including me, let's not forget that as Bitcoin dominance goes up, a lot of these altcoins are going to go down to crap, And even though the select altcoins are going to do well, these ones are going to be so low with so low liquidity towards the end, even those will pump with much less money. So you're going to have a lot of alts. You're going to have an alt season of type. It's just that the safer bet and the most gains are going to be in these select altcoins, if that makes sense. Now, just to quickly kind of take a break, not a break, but let me talk to you about something here. I'm gonna show you which altcoins I think are going to do very well and which ones I'm holding in just 1 second. But understand that I do have a group, the VIP Factor, and they actually now get to see these videos before anybody else. So you're watching this video right now, they watched this video before, so they have the advantage. Plus, posting in there even more than that, they have access to me 24 hours a day. They can ask their questions. We do monthly AMAs. Where they can talk to me and so on. But they see my portfolio. We are a family. We are the Factor fam in there. And I just want to urge you just to check it out, okay? Just to check it out. You don't have to buy it, right? Let me just show you what it's all about, if you don't mind, because this video is not sponsored. So I guess I'm going to sponsor my own video here. If you come to cryptomarketingcoach.com and just click VIP Factor, I'll also leave the link in the description down below. I'll leave a link up here as well, right here. I'll leave a card for the VIP Factor. But with $69 a month, you actually, and this is going to go up at some point, you can actually get quite a few things here. First of all, you get crypto portfolio updates, monthly Zoom calls and AMAs, VIP only discounts, private Telegram group, exclusive videos, what I just talked about. I'm actually going to add pre-released videos here so you can actually see it. Early access and whitelist opportunities from time to time, answering your questions and more. And look, it's $69 a month. You might as well just try it right here. This one is if you want lifetime. I recommend you just start with $69, see how it goes. If you don't like it, you can just stop any time you want. No questions asked. Or actually, maybe I ask you a question and try and see what's wrong, how I can make the group better. But generally speaking, no questions asked. You can cancel. I'm not going to force you to pay forever, if that makes sense. And just check it out. And people are happy. People are actually having fun in the group. We actually do a lot. So check it out, and you could find it in the link down below, or just go to cryptomarketingcoach.com/b/VIP Factor. Yeah, it's a mouthful, and check it out. Now, so let's talk a little bit about the coins I think are going to run in this cycle, right? So we already talked about SWI and its ecosystem. We talked about Cow. I am in Pixels as a gaming play. I think it's going to be the Axie Infinity of the gaming. If gaming starts going up, I think Pixels are going to do very well. And I do want to hold a gaming play over here. Of course, I'm holding ETH, but I think some of these other coins are going to outperform. Beam is a long-term play for me. It's an AI gaming play, so to speak. I do have nodes. We actually have a node that you can delegate to. We have over 1,000 nodes delegated to us at the Crypto Factor, just so you know. So I'm pretty deep in that. You got different plays like PAL and so on, but Hype is a no-brainer. Cookie's no-brainer. Vader is a no-brainer in my opinion. AI Tech, look, it's outperforming Bitcoin. Remember, these are things, if you put this to US dollar, it's a whole different ball game. Okay, well, it's kind of the same, but you see what I mean. The thing is, ChainGPT is outperforming the dollar, but it's not really outperforming Bitcoin, if that makes sense. So those are ones I'm looking at. You can look today, if you look at the daily on Bitcoin, you can see today S is doing a little bit, but we have to wait to see how this does. You're seeing Cookie again, Hype. You can look at multiple time frames and see which ones stick out, if that makes sense. So when it comes to meme coins, the only one that's outperformed Bitcoin on the monthly is Chill Guy. Everything else has been going down. Of course, dollar amounts, I think it should be doing well. It's not like we lost one. Doge is doing well. And those are the ones I'm heaviest in. Well, I'm mostly heavy in Doge. I'm a little bit in Chill Guy. But this makes you think, should I get out of Brett? Let's go to the yearly real quick. Snake is doing well. This is the USD. Let's go to Bitcoin again. Snake is doing well. Doge, Brett, not so much. Now, does this mean I should get out? No. But it means I should think about this and take caution. Maybe, you know, maybe we want to think SNEC is a good ADA play. If you believe ADA is going to go up, holding SNEC could actually give you better gains than ADA. And if ADA does go up, SNEC will probably go up even more. So it just makes sense, if that makes sense, right? But yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at, a selective alt season. But if you want to know more about the timing and which coins exactly I'm looking at, make sure you watch this video right here. Believe me, you don't want to miss this video. You really don't. Watch this video, and yeah, see you in the next one.